you can take arbitrary 2 points in this two-dimensional structure, and it turns out on this two-dimensional structure, there's this natural pairing that was defined by André Weil. So when Weil did his very, very famous work on curves, one of the things that he did is actually defined this pairing. I love this story, by the way. This is work that he published in 1949. Maybe some of you have heard me say this before, but André Weil actually defined the pairing while he was sitting in jail during World War II. It's really quite a remarkable story. So he wrote this autobiography, which actually was really fun to read. His autobiography is basically about his life during World War II and the utter chaos that Europe went through during World War II. And it's written from a perspective of a mathematician. What is it like to be a mathematician in time of war? And he actually refused to serve in the French army, so the French promptly stuck him in jail. And apparently he was like for 2 years in jail or so. And he says this was like, apparently by law they're required to give him a pencil and paper. And apparently this was like the most productive time of his life.
So instead of giving us grant money, they should just put us in
jail. Yeah. To the point, actually. So he says this in his book. He says in the autobiography he was actually considering sending mail to the head of the French Mathematics Academy to recommend that every mathematician spend at least 2 years in jail because it'll be so productive. Yeah, this is literally in his book. So yeah, so this work, defining this pairing, he did actually while he was sitting in jail. The odd thing to me is that he did extra work to make sure that his definition actually is computable. In fact, when you look at modern accounts of algebraic geometry, they give a very different definition of the Weil pairing, one for which it's easier to prove its properties, but it's completely useless from a computer science point of view. It's really odd that he did extra work just to get a definition that's computable,